Hello, I'm here with BellaHoot, and we're going to talk about our 7-day challenge. So, if you've received a sample from one of our consultants, you may have one or two strips in it, and it should have, even if it's not this card, they might have their own, but it should have some application instructions with it. If not, you can go to bellahoot.com and find the application instructions by clicking on any of our strips. And then you'll need your own polish. You can use a top coat or base coat if you'd like. And then you might need a file to prep your nails, a cuticle pusher if you've got one. This is not necessary in order to wear nail strips or nail polish, but it will extend the length of your manicure no matter what product you're using. So I've already washed my hands, and you would go through and push your cuticles. And normally I don't show the prep. I've done it all before, but I want to show you this time. So it may just take a couple. I'm just going to do one hand though. So if you have like extra little, like my cuticle was all the way up here, you just want to push it down. So that way you don't want the strip to sit on any of your cuticle or skin, or it may not last as long. Same with with any nail art, any polish or anything like that. So you push your cuticles down. If you wanted to file your edges, you would file them now. And the goal is to because you're going to have little nail debris then. And before you paint or polish your nails, you want to use the alcohol swab or just alcohol from home to get off any excess oils that you may have on your nails. So I'm going to prep this other hand because I am going to do another video afterwards, but these all look pretty good. Okay, so if you push your cuticles, again, this is not necessary in order to use nail strips, and file smooth your nails and then clean it. What you're doing is removing any excess oils off your nails from lotions, soaps, anything that you meet throughout the day, any chemicals, and that way your polish or your strip has a very clean surface to adhere to. Now, one other thing to note, if hopefully you can see how rigid my nails are already. So I don't have to buff the surface of my nail at all, but if you've ever been to the salon and notice how they take the electric drills and they buff your nail with those electric drills, all this off, what they're doing is basically roughing up your nail. You can do that with just a nail file. Just take it and gently rub it across your nail to get to rough up the top of it. And that'll do the same thing for your polish and your strips. Just help it have something to stick to and stay on. And you don't want to be touching your nails. You've already cleaned them. I just noticed that I touched mine, but you don't want to put oils on your nails. If you'll notice, I haven't broke this one yet. I took my strips off the other day thinking I was going to do my nails, and then I haven't had a chance to. So these are Mylar bags that our samples come in for our polish strips. And that way they're not getting a bunch of air and drying out. Normally our strips go all the way to the edge. This happens to be a damaged set. That's why I'm using them instead of giving them to anybody else. It didn't print right. So you want to remove this top layer. If you leave that on, the strip will not lay down, and so therefore it will not stick. It'll keep coming off. If you have short nails, you can cut our nail strips in half, and then you would trim off this other side here and use it on your other nail if you'd like. But I'm going to be using the whole strip since this one doesn't have that edge all done. So the first thing I'm going to do is apply my nail strip to it, and it's just what's called an accent nail. And that way you can, you're going to compare our nail strips to just regular nail polish. So you'd remove the nail strip, trying not to touch too much of the back where you're going to actually place it down. You don't want all of this to be full of oil or anything, because then it may not stick as well. Place it down again close to your cuticle and all the way around the edges, but not over your skin. So you want to choose whichever finger you're going to use to put these down on. You want to choose one that it's not too, like you wouldn't want to put this one here because it's going to be all over your skin. You'd have to trim it down if you want it there, but you would just choose the finger that it fits the best on without going over the skin. And mine's all crooked, so we're going to do it one more time. If you do need to replace it, just very gently pull it off so you don't damage your nail. Place it down. like that. You can fold over your excess. And then a lot of people like to literally bend them as far down as they can around their nail. That just gives you a real smooth place to file. Now you can just cut them with your fingernail. I've seen a lot of people do this. Let me see if I can do that with this one. It's kind of thick. You can literally just like cut it with your nail and then rip this off. See how it cut through with my nail? I don't know if it'll focus. So I'll prefer to file in a downward motion, and I file down and I lift up, file down, lift up, and that way I get a much smoother cut versus just ripping it off with, and you're going to have a rough edge if you do that. So that's just my preference. You can just rip them, but then you just won't have that smooth edge and it'll get caught on things, in my opinion. So there's our nail strip. Super easy to apply. You know, just stick it down, remove the excess, and you're completely done. I know this isn't really, I don't know if other light would help at all. This just isn't really focusing all that well. Let's see if this is any better. It'll work. Nope. Okay, well anyways, is that any better? Now it's all bright and orange looking. Anyhow, okay, so once you have your nail strip done, for our 7-day challenge, all we're asking you to do is put on just whatever polish you have at home, and then wear it all for 7 days and compare which one lasts longer. So we've already prepped our nails, so in theory we have a nice place to start from with our polish. Now if you have gel polish at home that you're actually using the UV light for, those are also made to last a lot longer, and they may hold up well like our strips do. Just as a little side note, this is just a regular shimmery nail polish that I figured matched the strip pretty well. So I won't look, you know, everything will match while I'm out in public for the next 7 days. But I'm not going to remove my polish. If it chips, it chips. I won't remove my strip. I did get polish everywhere. I love orange sticks, by the way, these little things that come with our strips, because you can use them for all kinds of things. Like removing when you mess up your nail polish. Okay. And then you want to let it dry for a few seconds, minutes, whatever. If you have, again, the UV lamp, you know, you'd put that in your UV lamp. It's not going to hurt our strips. And then you can do a second coat if you want. You can do a top coat if you want. Whatever you would normally do if you were painting your nails at home. I can still see the edge of my finger, so I would give it one more coat to make it a little bit darker maybe, or more solid looking. And you'll find that with, see how I still get it all over my fingers? You're not going to have that with your nail strip. It is a beautiful finish. You're not going to have a mess everywhere. You're not waiting for it to dry. If I wasn't yammering on and prepping and everything, I mean, it takes a few seconds to apply your nail strips. The prep doesn't take that long either. I do have still some edging there. I think I broke my nail already. That's okay. My nails are very, very brittle, and they get nice and long like this one does when I have my strips on. But like I said, I had them off for 2 days and I broke most of my nails. That's just how life works, don't you know? Okay, so super pretty. And we have a beautiful little manicure there with an accent nail. I'm going to go ahead and apply a top coat too. I need it to dry. And then I'm going to take a picture of this, and you know, if you have your consultant, you can share it with your consultant. We do have a corporate page that you can share it on, and then let us see your results after the 7 days. And I think you're going to be pleasantly surprised with how much better our nail strips hold up. Now, a couple more tips while I'm waiting for this to dry so we can apply the top coat. We've got, you know, the application instructions here. We smoothed, filed, and cleaned our nails. Removed that clear top coat of the strip which is super duper important. That clear top layer of the strip just protects it when it's the design while it's shipping. And then you align the rounded edge, which we did, which was this side, to the bottom of our nail. And, firmly smoothed it until we can go free and removed excess with the file. But notice you can cut the sample in half for one in each hand if you have short nails. And apply the liquid polish on your remaining nails. A couple of tips for the strips. If you apply at night before bedtime, the goal being that you're not going to be doing dishes, you're not going to be taking a shower, bath, going swimming, being in a jacuzzi, you're just pretty much done with your hands for the night. It'll give it time to adhere nice to your nail. If you were to go submerge it in water right away, even if it doesn't come off necessarily, you could get water up in and under, and it'll create, a fungus maybe, maybe not, but you just want to really avoid getting this too wet for the first couple of hours at least, if possible. It's not detrimental, but it will help, again, for your manicure to be longer. If you're applying all your nails, start from your pinky and work inward, and then start from your pinky and work inward, because you're going to use these two fingers the most while applying. That's pretty much the basics. And then just making sure you rough up your nails if you don't already have. I mean, look how mine are so bad. My natural nails are terrible. Even if I use oil on them and keep them all nice and healthy, between manicures, they're terrible. So I should be dry by now. You can use a top coat on your polish strip as well if you'd like. I am not going to, so you can see just what the polish strip would be like against nail polish, even with a top coat. And if you do use a top coat, even on our strips, you want to seal your edges out here. So I'm going to do it to my polish. And this is about what a nail polish strip would be like, as far as like the thickness is like 2 color coats and a polish and a top coat. So I think that, this would be a good comparison. Not necessary for the 7-day challenge. If you just polish your nails, that's fine. Whatever you normally do with your nails at home, if you were to paint them, is what we want to see. Let's compare your normal routine to our strips, and I think you're going to love the results. So we can't wait to see what your sample looks like. Thank you so much for watching, and have a great night or day.